Howdy. Well, you are the first person I've talked to today so I don't know how my voice will be. Sometimes I wake up and I sound like an educated frog. Anyways, as far as the Benzo thing, um, in the past 10 days, I've stuck to my quarter taper every day but one. And the one day I had to get up in the morning and I didn't want to take Doxepin to help me sleep because it seems to last a long time. And I've been feeling awful in general, but I feel especially awful in the mornings. It's really difficult to do anything in the morning these days. And anyways, I was looking at this other person's video about benzo stuff, and I don't know. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of encouraging at the same time because uh, I I feel like a lot of weird shit going on in my body. I don't feel well, and it's kind of hard to tell if that's part of the benzo withdrawal process or if that's part of the CRPS with me, or what the heck that's going on. And if you have anxiety already, the last thing you need is mystery in your life. You know what I'm saying? Last thing you need is like stuff going on in your body that you can't figure out, like why is this happening or why do I feel like this. Yeah, it's been a real hellish, like 10 days, maybe longer, I don't know. A couple of things happened that were disturbing, like well, I said in my I haven't made a video for a week. I'm trying to just, you know, it's very difficult to be interesting on a daily basis. You have to have something to talk about, right? So, anyways, in my last video, I talked about not having any TV because the roofers wiped out my satellite dish and having to set up an appointment to have the company come and fix it. So, um, I thought that was last Sunday. I got the wires crossed in my brain or whatever, and so Saturday is like I don't want to take Doxepin because I got to get up early in the morning for my appointment to have the people come fix my TV. I don't want to feel like that in the morning. And I waited too long to take it at night. You have to take it like early in the night because it'll last for like 14 hours. So that's when I double dosed. That's the only day I double dosed on my taper. And I wake up and I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't get no warning phone call about arrival time or whatever. So I contacted people and I found out my appointment is for next Sunday. I don't even know what damn day it is, people. And then I go out and my neighbor that's also got his TV wiped out by the damn roofers. He's like, "What day's your appointment?" And I tell him, and we talk and stuff. He's like, "What I heard him say was like, yeah, mine's going to be at 4." So I thought he meant the same day, except for later in the day, like 4 p.m. Here he said the 4th. So it's like, you start to doubt yourself, like, I'm having trouble keeping track of reality here. I don't know what day my appointment is. I don't know what this guy is saying, and then you start to doubt your perceptions and stuff. So yeah, benzo withdrawal. It kind of makes you question your sanity a little bit. I see my voice is like in the lower registers, you know. Swing low, sweet chariot. I mean, pretty deep. It's like that in the morning. But anyways, so yeah, it's pretty cool, as far as like I can go 20 hours easily between doses. Like it's easy. Like last night, I didn't even think about it. I was like, wait a minute, that's like 24 hours since I had a quarter milligram, and and then I was like, cool, I'll just go a little longer. And then like an hour later, my heart's acting a little wacky. I had a bad night last night because my heart started acting a little wacky and started feeling a little strange. I'm like, well, I better, at the 25th hour mark, I was like, I better knuckle down and take a quarter milligram of Xanax. And then my brother calls me late, and I shouldn't have picked up the phone, but I picked up the phone. And man, the Xanax hit me, and I had taken Xanax, or I had taken Doxepin earlier in the day, and they both kind of peaked at the same time while I was on the phone with him. I got real sleepy, you know, and I don't even know if I was polite about it, but I was like, you got about a half an hour, man. I got to get off this phone, you know, because a short phone call for us is like a half an hour. So, anyways, because as you know, I take a very long time to say anything, and he's worse. So, yeah, short phone calls about half an hour. So I'm like dead on my feet. I'm like, oh shit. I got to get off this phone. You know, I just told him like I got to go. I get off the phone. I'm like, oh, I got to throw the cats out. You know, I got to do this and I got to do that. Take my contacts out. Do all this. I get to bed and I'm in bed for like 4 damn hours, not being able to sleep, watching old reruns of a show called Wrecked. And I was wrecked last night. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I feel awful today because I did not sleep well, and I didn't go to sleep till like 5. Sometimes I have nights like that. I don't know, at least every couple few months I have a night where there's no sleeping and there's no hope of sleeping. And you're going to see, you know, it's like a voice in my head saying, guess what? We're going to look at the sunrise today. And, you know, that happens. Um, my mood is pretty awful. I mean, I just feel awful all the time. I mean, I have some things I got to do that I'm not doing, which, you know, that just makes you more stressed out when you're not taking care of stuff. But I have to get blood work done, and I have to make a decision about that bone scan thing where they want to try to re-diagnose me. You know, I'm under the impression that I had CRPS for 32 years, and then I go to pain management, and the guy's like, they didn't have very good diagnostic tools back then. So he wants me to have this bone scan thing. I think it involves injecting dye in me and stuff. And I'm like, first of all, as I said in another video, you can call a rose something else, but it's still going to smell like a damn rose. So, you know, you can call this whatever's going on with me CRPS, or you call it not CRPS. If they're like, oh, you don't have CRPS, the muscles are not going to magically grow on my legs. You know, my symptoms are not going to disappear. So, the guy doesn't want to treat me. You know, I'm in severe pain, and the guy doesn't want to treat me at pain management because he doesn't think I have CRPS. He doesn't want to treat somebody where he's not sure what they have. So, yeah, I got that on my mind. And the blood work thing, I don't even know if you know, I'm supposed to be getting that done for the psychiatrist, and I'm supposed to see on June 5th. So, I can just go in there and say, look, man, I've been doing bad. I'm on a taper. You know, I can make up some excuse if I don't want to do that. And I just haven't felt like doing anything. And I think I can't know for sure if all this, the way I feel so horrible is the Benzo thing. I just hope it is, and I hope, because I was going like up and down between a quarter and a half, like, and a couple days maybe a 3/4 over the last month. You know, like I said, I've been all over the place with it, but I want to get at a quarter and stay at a quarter, and I've been there for 10 days, excepting the one day. And 10 days at a quarter is the most I've ever done. Uh, I did it like in the early part of April before backsliding. And yeah, I don't really know. I think maybe I'll just hang at a quarter for really, I have to force myself to take the pills. I really have to like last night I didn't want to take them, but my heart started messing with me. Other times, like I'm talking on the phone to somebody and I can't think right anymore. I can't form sentences. And I'm like, yeah, and you kind of get forced into it. Um, I've seen improvement, like I said, like I would get like that after like 12 hours just a month ago, and now it's more like 20 to 24 hours. So there's some improvement there. It's just such a slow, horrible, agonizing process with benzo withdrawal that it doesn't seem like it's ever going to end, and you have to really be patient with it. But and you're in the middle of it, it's like, how long is this going to take? Come on, man. It just seems like forever since March 18th is when all this nonsense started. It already seems like a year. Like I've been going through this for a year with the emotion swings and the daily struggle of it. Um, I just, I just have to look at the improvement that I have had, and look at my sheet of paper that I have all my doses written down for the last month, and be like, yeah, I am doing better, and that's what I did, like a 28-hour day and a 29-hour day, where I spaced it out 28 and 29 hours, and so that's encouraging. But at the same time, sometimes you feel worse the next day. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I'm kind of petering out, so I should get off of here. I just wanted to check in because I haven't checked in a week, and document that the last 10 days. Sometimes it's useful to go back and look at things, and something that's really slow like this, especially, you know, uh, the look where you have had improvement. I mean, you feel terrible, yeah, yeah, I feel terrible, and yeah, I still have to take a certain amount of Xanax, or apparently my heart gets angry. But I've had improvement, and so that's a good thing. Yeah, I better not make a long video because I seem to be petering out anyway. I don't. I feel awful, look awful, same as the last video I made a week ago. So, but yeah, mentally, I'm not. I'm starting to realize I'm not really there. I have to. My doctor called me this morning. I have to call them back and see. I have no idea why the nurse at my doctor's was calling me or what that's about. So I have to call them back and have to get my head together for that. I'm realizing that my throat is feeling weird, and my voice is super deep. If I knew some Barry White, I'd sing you some Barry White, and you'd be in some real trouble. But anyways, God bless. Take care of yourselves, and I'll check in a little while, maybe a week. Who knows? It depends how I feels. If I ever feel really good, I will definitely share it with you and say, hey, I had a great damn day today. I did this, this, and this, and if I have any major uplifting good things to talk about, I will definitely share that with you. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye.